I want to welcome everyone this evening. Call our City of Bedford Board of Works and Safety, Stonegate Arts and Education Center at 931 15th Street, Tuesday, August the 19th at 6 p.m. Calling our meeting to order, we have approval of minutes from July 15th, a regular meeting, July 25th, a special meeting. If you've had time to review those minutes for those both dates, I would entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion for the approval of the minutes from the July 15th regular meeting and July 25th special meeting.
I'll second the motion.
All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Thank you. We'll move on to new business. We have Resolution 2-2025 authorizing the transfer of surplus property, a task bus, to Lawrence County Health Department. Dennis?
Thank you, Mayor. Task has a 2016 Ford E450 16-passenger bus that has fulfilled its life cycle for public transit. We have contacted NDOT and Federal Transit and done everything that they require for them to release the bus to City of Bedford. So as of just the other day, we got the paperwork confirming that that bus now belongs to the City of Bedford completely and totally, and that can be disposed of however the city decides. Lawrence County Health Department has contacted us regarding that, and they have some representatives here. Let them tell you what they want.
Thank you. Michael?
Evening, Mayor. I'm Mitchell Knapp, Lawrence County Health Department. Lawrence County Health Department appreciates the offer of the task bus for use for the expansion of our public health efforts here in Lawrence County. And we look forward to bringing this to the commissioners for approval, and we just really appreciate this opportunity. Thank you, Mayor.
All right. Thank you. Does the board have any questions?
No.
No.
I would entertain a motion.
I make a motion that we approve Resolution 2-2025, authorizing the transfer of surplus property, the task bus, to Lawrence County Health Department.
I'll second the motion.
All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Thank you. Request approval of Becky's Place 2025 Thanksgiving Day 5K run, November 27th, from 7 a.m. to 12 noon. Is Melissa here? Okay. All right. Chief Moore, would you like to address us on this? I believe this is an annual thing that they do every year for us. Okay. Thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
Does the board have any questions?
No.
No.
I would entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion for the approval of Becky's Place 2025 Thanksgiving Day 5K run on November 27th from 7 a.m. to 12 noon.
I'll second that motion.
All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Request approval of J Street closure between 15th and 16th, Saturday, September the 27th, from 2 p.m. to 8:30 p.m., 2025, Spaghetti on the Square for the Men's Warming Shelter fundraiser. Heather?
Hi. We'll be having our 7th annual Spaghetti on the Square this year, as you said, on September 27th from 5 to 8. We are hoping for sunny weather this year. We did get rained out last year, but we're hoping all the rain will be over by September and we'll be able to have it there again. We're requesting, as usual, to shut off J Street from 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. The only business on that side of the square that would be open during that time is Sweet Cakes. They said they frequently close early on Saturday, and they're planning to close early that day and attend the event. It would be after the farmers market was closed already at noon. And we've talked to the we've talked to the city street department about providing the barriers as usual.
Okay, all right, thank you. Does the board have any questions?
No.
I would entertain a motion.
I make the motion that we approve the closure of J Street between 15th and 16th on Saturday, September 27th from 2 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. for the 2025 Spaghetti on the Square for the Men's Warming Shelter fundraiser.
I'll second the motion.
All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Thank you, Heather.
Thank you.
Request approval and acceptance of a business associating agreement between the City of Bedford and Parker Group / Shepherd Insurance LLC concerning HIPAA-related matters. Denise?
Hi. Tonight I'm seeking approval to execute this agreement with Shepherd Insurance, who is a partner with Parker Group. In short, it protects both the city and our employees by confirming that the protected health information is properly safeguarded and that HIPAA regulations are met.
Does the board have any questions?
I presume we fill in the appropriate address and notification where it says the covered entity on page 9.
Yeah, if you approve that, I'll fill all of that in.
All right.
I would entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion for the approval and acceptance of the business associate agreement between the City of Bedford and Parker Group, Shepherd Insurance LLC concerning the HIPAA-related matters.
I'll second the motion.
All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Thank you.
Thank you.
Request approval and acceptance of a minor subdivision, William A. Polling Trust, Seal Greg Pittman, Glen Meadows Lake Minor Subdivision. Kevin?
This is a request from the William A. Polling Trust to do a minor subdivision of the Glen Meadows Lake subdivision. Part, legal description is going to be part of Section 18, Township 5 North, Range 1 East, or tax parcel number is 4706 182 003.0000010. They're requesting to divide the parcel into two parcels. Lot 1 will be 15.8 acres. This is the lot with the lake, and it will be retained by the Development Corporation as the stormwater retention area for that development. Lot 2 will be 23.56 acres, and it will eventually be put up for sale. On June 10th, 2025, a preliminary hearing was held with the Planning Commission for the request, and the request was approved and moved to a public hearing. Prior to the public hearing, public notices were sent out to the adjoining property owners and advertised in local media. On July 8th, the public hearing was held with the Planning Commission for the request, and several Glen Meadows residents were at the meeting to hear the plans for the divided property. They were informed by surveyor Corey Allen that the property was originally platted out for development several years ago, and that development plan is being abandoned and the property will be put up for sale. Any future development of the property will be addressed by the new property owner at a later date. As for Lot 1, the concerns that were raised was the amount of land around the lake and if it would be adequate for the community to maintain the lake in the future. Corey Allen told the board that he would like to have more time to prepare a final plat for the hearing, after the hearing, due to the concerns of the residents, and the request was tabled until the August 12th meeting. At the August 12th meeting, Corey provided the plat work that you have before you that reflected an increase in the amount of acreage around the lake that had been requested by residents. One resident expressed concern that the area around the lake was still not large enough, and they were concerned about future development for Lot 2. Corey relayed the shortest distance between the lake and the proposed lot line is 53 feet, and the normal roadway widths are 50 feet, so that seemed to be an adequate width. The commission approved the request, sent it to the Board of Works, and I now ask that the Board of Works approve the minor subdivision.
Does the board have any questions?
No.
I would entertain a motion.
I make a motion that we approve and accept the minor subdivision for the William A. Polling Trust of the Glen Meadows Lake Minor subdivision.
I'll second the motion.
All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Thank you.
Thank you.
Request approval and acceptance of a quote for heater for the new police department garage. Brandon?
Thank you. So this is for a heater that needs to be installed at the new garage at the police department that we just built. I requested 3 quotes for the hanging of the heater and installation. The first is through Gabhart Enterprises for $5,046. Airmasters for $5,400. Dayton's Heating and Cooling for $9,500. I'm asking the board to approve the lowest bid through Gabhart Enterprises for $5,046.
Board have anything for discussion?
No.
I would entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion for the approval and acceptance of the quote for the heater for the new police department garage going to Gabhart Enterprises in the amount of $5,046.
I'll second the motion.
All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed?
Thank you.
I request approval of closing 15th Street between N and O Street Wednesday, September the 3rd from 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. Bedford Middle School Stonecutters Quarry Fest 2025.
Hi, thank you. My name's Hannah Stoltz. I'm here on behalf of Bedford Middle School. This is the first year for this event as we're celebrating the 100th year of the quarry, our gym there. We're going to have some vendors come in, some area resources for the kids. I think there's a flyer there in your binder. We're requesting this for the safety of the kids and the family. Also, it's going to help with some handicap parking as our event's going to be there in the mall area. So we have some alumni coming in that kind of need a little more accessible parking, so we're going to be able to use that for there. The only home that this affects their parking is the old Norton home, the limestone home there in the middle of the block. So we will talk to them. We have their students there in school and make sure that they have parking where they need to in our annex or wherever that they need access to their vehicles.
Okay, the residents you're talking about, do they have access from the alley to their residence?
I'm not sure if their building blocks that. That was one thing that Officer Turpin and I did discuss, just to make sure that they either have access there or around the block in the annex parking lot.
Okay, all right. Does the board have any questions?
No.
I will comment that this is something that we're a little hesitant on blocking streets off.
Right.
I did check also that the Officer Turpin, the SRO officer, is going to be present there at
Yep.
the event, and he will have his police vehicle also there that can assist with any traffic or anything on 15th Street. So I would entertain a motion.
I make a motion that we approve the closing of 15th Street between N and O on Wednesday, September 3rd from 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. for the Bedford Middle School Stonecutter Quarry Fest 2025.
I'll second the motion.
All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Thank you.
Thank you.
Request acceptance of a personnel change to fill a vacancy. Candidate Craig Pridemore, Police Department, officer position. Chief Moore?
Thank you. The Bedford Police Department has an officer vacancy to fill due to recent resignation. Candidate Craig Pridemore has completed all the requirements set by our department. He met the 1977 fund requirements after receiving a medical and psychological evaluation performed by the Public Medical Group and was recently approved by our local pension board. I believe Craig Pridemore will be an asset to the Bedford Police Department and ask the board to approve his hiring. I did get his approval from State Perf today, so he's been approved by everybody at this point. So I'm just requesting your approval to continue with the hiring.
Okay. Does the board have anything for discussion?
No.
If not, I would entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion for the acceptance of personnel change to fill the vacancy at the police department, the officer position with candidate Craig Pridemore.
I'll second the motion.
All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? We have request approval and acceptance of proposed public records request response form for video recordings. Chief?
Thank you. So you have a 3-page form in front of you that, with the help of Denise, we've got to this point. And the reason for this is the last few years I've received a lot of public records requests, generally from people that are not from the state of Indiana. And it takes a lot of my time. And typically what ends up happening, Debbie and I go back and forth with emails, and then she'll reach back out to whoever the person is that's wanting the body camera to let them know, hey, this is what's going on. We've got body camera. There's going to be some fees attached to it. We give them an idea. They tell us to go ahead. So I spend a couple hours getting the video ready and turn it in. Our attorney signs off on it. We let them know, hey, it's $100, whatever it may be, and then they never pick it up. So I've spent a couple hours on it. The attorney, Debbie, we have a lot of people that's invested a lot of time, and someone from Wyoming or wherever just decides they don't want it. So this form tells them everything that's going to happen, what to expect, what needs to be done in order for them to get the finished project. And then it talks about the fees and stuff that I will be discussing with the Board of Works tonight, or the council tonight. But I need your approval for this form to go into effect. This will be an online form that Debbie will email them, and they can fill it out online and send it back, and then it sort of gets the ball rolling at that point.
Okay. Does the board have any questions?
No. No, does this, if we make the motion, does this need to be subject to the city council's approval?
Yeah, for the fees to be collected, that has to be done by ordinance. So
Okay.
if the ordinance isn't passed, then this wouldn't be of any use at that time.
Then I'll make the motion that we approve and accept the proposed public records request response form for video recordings, subject to the approval of the fee structure by the city council.
I'll second the motion.
All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
Request approval and acceptance of Parker Group insurance renewal for property and general liability, $794,352. Brandon and
Yes.
Miles.
Yes, so you should have the paperwork there before you that shows the renewal information for the property and general liability. It shows the amount of $794.352. I can't do this tonight. $794,352,000. I have Miles here tonight to be able to go over this with you to explain some of the in-depth details if you have any questions on it. So I'll open up to Miles and let him answer any questions that you might have.
Thank you, Brandon. Hello. I appreciate you allowing us to present the commercial insurance renewal. The package renews August 30th, 2025. This includes your property, general liability, auto, professional liability, umbrella, and workers' compensation. The premium you're reviewing represents an annualized rate increase of 7.5%. The municipal insurance marketplace continues to be challenging, and Munich presented the most comprehensive and cost-effective package again this year. A few key trends that we're seeing in the municipal marketplace. First of all, there's a reduced supply of products. There are fewer carriers in this marketplace, and we still see carriers exiting the municipal marketplace. So there are fewer carriers offering product. Because of that, the carriers who are offering product are becoming significantly more strict with their underwriting guidelines and the carrier and the coverages and limits they will offer. We are seeing many standard market carriers not offering a proposal if the municipality is getting a renewal offer. Similarly, we are seeing most carriers relegate the law enforcement liability to the alternative marketplace because of that claims activity, both from a frequency and severity standpoint. Another challenge in this marketplace is older property. Carriers looking at any property over 100 years or older, especially with large total insured values, continues to be problematic. I had mentioned the law enforcement liability earlier. As discussed, this is being pushed to the alternative marketplace in many cases. That comes with restricted terms, increased deductibles, and pricing. And lastly, and probably the most troublesome trend that we're seeing that's becoming a bigger issue, not just with municipalities, but is the nuclear verdict issue, with verdicts being handed out in the hundreds of millions and sometimes billions of dollars, which obviously is creating turmoil in the marketplace.
The board have anything for discussion?
Just had a couple questions.
Yes.
When I go through and look at it, and where the property limits are 25,000 for, like, I don't know, personal effects, and the deductible is 25,000, I'm not sure how to interpret that.
Yeah, that's a great question. So a lot of those come in, a lot of the additional coverages come through an enhancement endorsement, basically giving you additional coverages in there. If you look at the total insured value, I don't have that pulled up right here, but I think it's like 115 million total insured value. So let's say you had a total loss at a building. Obviously, if you simply had a claim with personal effects of 25,000, there's not going to be a payment because
Right.
of the deductible. It's going to be under deductible. If you had a large loss at one building, that's going to include the building, your contents there, and all the additional coverage enhancements that go along with that. So we would see those come into play if there's a larger claim.
So there's like an additive effect of sort of.
Yes,
Okay.
if there was a fire, it's
Okay.
going to pay both the building limit, the contents limit, and then sometimes we'll see like ordinance or law covered. We'll see personal effects and any of those ancillary coverages that might have been part of that claim.
Okay.
If there's no other discussion, I would entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion for the approval and acceptance of Parker Group Insurance renewal for property and general liability in the amount of $794,352.
I'll second the motion.
All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Thank you.
Thank you.
Request approval and acceptance of a quote for catch basins, tops, grates, or inlets adjustments, repair or replacement. Misty?
There you go.
So we sent out notice on August 1st for various catch basins. We ended up with 11 different locations. 2 of them have 2 different catch basins to work on. We had the mandatory meeting to where we toured all the projects on August 8th. We sent out 3 different contractors, Marlowe Concrete, McIntyre Brothers, and Harrison Concrete. Received 1 quote back. Only 1 showed up for the meeting. The 11 catch basin projects total $24,700 for 13 total catch basins. And I would ask for the board to approve Marlowe Concrete for $24,700.
Does the board have anything for discussion?
Yeah, when we send out 3 invitations for estimates or bids, and if companies repeatedly don't respond or don't show, do we eventually start sending it to somebody else who will respond?
I can next time. Usually I send to concrete contractors or someone who has expressed an interest in that,
Okay,
or that we've done business with as well.
okay.
Any other discussion? If not, I'd entertain a motion.
I make a motion that we approve and accept the quote for catch basins, tops, grates, or inlets adjustment, repair, or replacement for Marlowe Concrete LLC in the amount of $24,700.
I'll second the motion.
All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Request approval and acceptance of a quote for K Street Green Hill Cemetery Storm Channel Repair. Misty?
Same thing on this one. I sent notices on August 1st. We had the pre-quote meeting on August 8th. This is the storm channel at the end of K Street that runs through the entrance to Green Hill Cemetery. It is a laid-up block channel. We have had some erosion on both sides. There's a homeowner down there that basically it's in their backyard. So there is some concrete work that needs to be done on both sides to that, and some storm grates put in down there. The quote that we received on that was $7,850 from Marlowe Concrete. I would ask the board to approve the $7,850 for that.
Any discussion? If none, I'd entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion for the approval and acceptance of quote for K Street Green Hill Cemetery Storm Channel Repair be awarded to Marlowe Concrete LLC in the amount of $7,850.
I'll second the motion.
All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Request approval and acceptance of a quote for U Street Channel, pour floor in storm sewer and labor to install concrete wall blocks and footer between Q Street and R Street on 10th Street. Misty?
Same thing, August 1st, we sent out notice. We had the mandatory meeting on August 8th. On the U Street channel, we have poured a new bridge down there. We had decided at that time to extend the wall, make it a little bit higher with all of the rains, and before the rains that we've had flooding there. So this project actually is at the same location, but we are going to extend some block walls and try to stop some of the flooding there and have some more storage for the water that we do receive there at between Q and R on 10th Street. So when this is done, then the bridge will be back open there to that alley, and it will be taller to have some storage for the stormwater there. So the amount on that was $10,800, and I would ask that we accept that for Marlowe Concrete.
Okay. Any discussion? If none, I'd entertain a motion.
I make a motion that we approve and accept the quote for U Street Channel to pour the floor in storm sewer and labor to install concrete wall blocks and footer between Q Street and R Street on 10th Street to Marlowe Concrete LLC in the amount of $10,800.
I'll second the motion.
All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Request approval and acceptance of a quote for monoform manhole restoration. Misty?
When we sat down with IDEM and received our agreed order, we agreed to some maintenance items and some things to do each year with IDEM to help with our inflow and infiltration that we have in our sanitary sewer system. Monoform was the contractor that we chose at that time. We've been using them since 2018. They are out of South Bend. We do not know of a local contractor here that does this work. Like I said, they've been doing it since 2018. There is 21 different manhole locations. There's different things that need to be done at each one. As you can see on the quote there, for 21 manholes, the quoted amount was $99,364. And I would ask that we accept the quote for monoform for those 21 manholes for $99,364.
Does the board have anything for discussion?
No.
No.
I would entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion for the approval and acceptance of the quote for monoform manhole restoration LLC in the amount of $99,364.
I'll second the motion.
All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed?
Thank you.
We have a request approval of appraisal for the water department consisting of real estate, property, production, and infrastructure. This is what we've discussed for some time. The city council has talked about it. We've had some meetings on it as far as to getting an appraisal for this system. So this is part of the process for the appraisal of the system. So we have one estimate from Banning Engineering, one from Wessler Engineering, and one from Fig Appraisals. So I would ask if the board has anything for discussion, and if not, this approval would also be pending reference to the next item as far as to these funds will be reimbursed to the city from Indiana American Water. Is there any discussion?
As I understand it, Fig appraisal is 18,000, Wessler is 25, and Banning is 27,180. Am I correct in that?
Banning, what did you state for Banning?
27,180.
That would be correct.
Okay. Based on that, I'd make the motion that we approve the appraisal for water department consisting of real estate, property, production, and infrastructure, award it to Fig Appraisal Group in the amount of $18,000, and this is subject to line item 16, which is approval of the Indiana American Water agreement for reimbursement of appraisal fees.
I'll second the motion.
All right, so we have all three of those listed on the dollar amounts. All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? All right, moving on to 16, request approval of an Indiana American Water agreement for reimbursement of appraisal fees pertaining to the water department. So in that agreement, we had a question on number 3, reference to the notification, reference to the language in that if we did not sell to them and we ended up looking and working with another agency business to see about purchasing the water company as to how this would work. It's set up in the main language that if we do not sell this to Indiana American Water, since they are reimbursing us for all of these appraisals, that if we would sell to a competitor, someone else in this business, that we would have to reimburse Indiana American Water for the appraisals. After 5 years, then we would not have to do that if we would so choose to sell it at that point in time. However, number 3 talks about other bidders. Bedford shall immediately notify Indiana American Water Corporation regarding any contact between it or its representatives and any other person regarding any discussion, offer, or solicitation of the sale, assignment, transfer, or other conveyance of the system. There was nothing put in that statement in reference to the 5 years. So council, do you have information?
Yeah, I think I would recommend that we approve the agreement subject to one amendment, that paragraph number 3 would be changed to be limited to 5-year period from the date of execution, so that after 5 years, the city wouldn't have any obligation to continue to notify American Water of potential discussions or offers or any other communication regarding selling part of the system.
Okay. All right. Does the board have any question in reference to that language change?
No, that change resolves any issues I had.
Okay, all right. I would entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion for the approval of the Indiana American Water Agreement for reimbursement of appraisal fees pertaining to the water department, with the addition to having to notify them with a limit up to 5 years.
I'll second the motion.
All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Thank you. Request acceptance of task 2025 Title 6 Plan Update. Dennis?
Because we receive federal funding and because we are under the umbrella of the U.S. Department of Transportation, we are subject to the 1964 Civil Rights Act. This update doesn't change the body of our Title VI policy at all. What it changes is just some of the names. The ADA, excuse me, the ADA coordinator now is Kevin Jones, and in the old form, it was Brandon Woodward. So the only changes in this, the only update is we've changed the names of the contacts and updated all of the emails accordingly, should anybody have any requests or contacts under this Title VI agreement.
Does the board have anything for discussion? If not, I'd entertain a motion.
I make a motion that we approve the task 2025 Title 6 Plan Update.
I'll second the motion.
All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed?
Thank you.
Thank you. 18, request approval and acceptance of Duke Energy Lighting Service Agreement for receptacles around the square. We received one quote for this, dollar amount set, and then shortly later they advised that it was increased. There was an error and they raised the price. So at this point in time, until we clarify exactly what's taking place with this agreement, I would ask that this be tabled.
I make a motion that we table number 18, the Duke Energy Lighting Service Agreement for all receptacles around the square.
I'll second the motion.
All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Thank you. Request approval and acceptance of Duke Energy Lighting Service Agreement, Limestone Run Road and Crawford Drive. Chief?
Thank you. You have a contract from Indiana Lighting Service Agreement through Duke Energy, and this is because we received a concern from some residents at the Green Gable condominiums of the intersection of Crawford B and Limestone Run, how dark that intersection is. I did look into that, looked at the number of accidents we've worked there, and I would agree with the increasing number of condos that are being built back there, with the number of cars that are probably coming in and out of that entrance and exit there, that the request is a valid concern. And when we talk about Crawford B and Limestone, there's two Crawford Bs. It's the one that would take you up to the water department or into Glen Meadow. It's that intersection we're talking about. So you have this agreement. This is for a light and I believe a utility pole. I believe the amount is $22.74 per month to install the pole and the light. So I'm asking for your consideration.
Does the board have any questions? If not, I'd entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion for the approval and acceptance of Duke Energy Lighting Service Agreement, Limestone Run Road and Crawford Drive.
I'll second the motion.
All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
Request approval and acceptance of bid for patchwork paving at White's Point. David?
Thank you. White's Point has had some problems with their road is breaking up in several places. So our cure to that is we're going to rebuild small sections of that road. About, I think it's around 9,000 or 10,000 square feet total for this this project. I sent out requests for bidding on this, and I got back one from Flynn & Sons for $41,000. I'd ask approval of that. And hopefully next year we pave this after we fix it, if we have the funds.
board has any discussion. If not, I'd entertain a motion.
I make a motion that we approve and accept the bid for patchwork paving at White's Point to Flynn and Sons Excavating and Paving, Inc. in the amount of $41,000.
I'll second the motion.
All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed?
Thank you.
Thank you. Request approval and acceptance of payments for invoices for the owner-occupied housing rehabilitation program, administrative resource services. Billy?
Yes, I'm sorry. Let me find my notes. We are currently doing the CBD grant for the housing rehab for the citizens of Bedford. They had several applications for the grant, and the ARA sorted through all the applications and scored. They had a scoring process, and then they started contacting the owners to submit the required paperwork. The first 6 homes were selected, and an inspector was sent out to determine the scope of the work. ARA then bid those homes out for the construction, and ARA awarded the contracts and had the homeowners sign the lien and a restricted covenant that will remain on the property for 1 to 3 years. There is no payback of the forgivable loan unless they sell the home before the period is up. Once the contractor has finished the home, the inspector will review the completed work. Once the work has been approved, the contractor will submit an invoice to ARA, and ARA will prepare a drawdown request and determine how much will be paid from the local and grant funds. ARA will send the documents to the clerk treasurer for the mayor to sign. Once the claims have been approved, then the drawdown signed, ARA will submit the claim to the state for the funds. Once approved, they will email the clerk's office, and we have the day of the deposit, and the clerk's office has 5 days to write the check. My request is we need approval to complete the progress as stated, and all prior, and not have to come to the board every time because we have such a short timeline, and all claims will be on the docket. We did speak to the State Board of Accounts, and this is what they suggested we do.
Thank you, Billy. Does the board have anything for discussion?
No.
Not, I'd entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion for the approval and acceptance of payments for invoices for the owner-occupied housing rehabilitation program.
I'll second the motion.
All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Thank you. Request approval and acceptance of new national opioid settlement, Purdue Opioids Implementation Administrator. So we received this. There is a time frame on it that we wanted to be sure and get it sent in time so we would get the process started to receive the funds. So it has been executed. I would just like a motion to approve to ratify the signature on the document for the opioid funds. Does the board have any questions?
No.
I'd entertain a motion.
I make a motion that we approve and accept the national opioid settlement and ratify the signature that's on that document.
I'll second the motion.
All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Request approval to sign the claims.
I'll make a motion to approve that we sign the claims.
I'll second the motion.
All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? A little for discussion this evening, just for information. The Bedford Fire Department, we're doing some renovations to the kitchen area down at the Central Fire Station on H Street, which is headquarters. Sealed bids will be opened at September 16th Board of Works meeting, and they are requesting that RDC pay 25% of those costs. Some other projects that we're working on at this point in time is we're evaluating the facilities at the street department to look at some possibilities of a structure down there, replacing what we have. This is something that we've looked at for some time. As you know, we've worked on several facilities here in the city, updating and making improvements. And at this point in time, we're ready to look at the street department to see what can be facilitated for that building. Also, the North Side Fire Station, we will be evaluating it a little bit further as far as to the conditions of the building and how the building functions as far as to the use of the fire department. There's some concerns, of course, with the size of the facility, reference to the engine that is housed there, and also due to the facility itself, reference to the floor and the weight of the fire truck. So those will also be evaluated here in the next few months. A little bit of update on the roundabout. If everything goes according to plan, they hope possibly to have this opened by Labor Day. They're on schedule. They have some topsoil, a little bit more concrete work, some signage work, other things to wrap up. But if all goes according to plan, so I'm not guaranteeing it will, but that is the goal, to see about having that open for Labor Day. As far as to Spider Creek is well underway at this point in time. They got a substantial completion on August the 5th of 2025, and it's scheduled for final completion on October the 4th of 2025. They are using the new pumping station at this time, and in the near future, whenever everything is finished up, the old lift station in that area will be removed, and they will be working on starting to utilize the tank for the purpose of it as reference to overflows. So that's just some of the updates that we're working on now here for the city. So with that being said, does anyone have anything else to add?
No.
I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
I make the motion that we adjourn.
I second the motion.
All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? We stand adjourned.